Hey guys, how's it going? JS Comics, back in not JS Fights anymore. Well, on this channel anyway. But this week I'm going to go through my weekly pickups and review each one because I've read them already. So starting off with the most recent one that I read, Wolverine number 306. You can see some interesting artwork there on the front. Pretty neat how they did that. So this Wolverine is incredibly gory. It's great. It's fun. It's awesome. It didn't progress story-wise very much, but like I said, there was a lot of action, a lot of really cool, fun action, gory, bloody action. Wolverine actually gets captured by Dr. Rot in the end of this, and the two detectives are still looking for Wolverine because that kid witnessed him murder the people in the last episode of Wolverine, or the last issue of Wolverine. So that's basically what happened. He went looking for Dr. Rot, found his dad. His dad's head was split open and it was hooked to a brain machine. So, I mean, and then he went off, and there was a battle where he got cut in half and he had his head blasted, and that's what I love about Wolverine, because he's such a brutal character, but he doesn't have anything like super special other than his, obviously his adamantium skeleton and his regenerative ability. So he'll get like blasted and torn to pieces, but he keeps regrowing and beating the shit out of people. It's great. The next one, Scarlet Spider. Now, it hasn't been getting the best reviews, but I'm actually a really big fan of the new Scarlet Spider series. It deals with Peter Parker's brother Kane, or not brother, his clone slash brother thing, Kane. I prefer to call him a brother because they act more like brothers than clones. Because Kane he kind of just wants to be his own person. He doesn't really want to be a Peter Parker clone. And that's how this series started out. He just wanted to go away as far as possible, but things drug him in Texas, and now he's acting as sort of an anti-hero, if you will, in Texas. In this one, there's a giant bomb going off in the city, and they're on a race against time to find this bomb. And the thing I really like about the Scarlet Spider series, the new Scarlet Spider series, is the fact that we see things that we always wish Spider-Man would do, but he can't do because of his morals. For instance, we see a lot more of those spider stingers that Peter developed a few years ago when he went through the Other storyline. It's literally called The Other. He developed these daggers that come out of his wrist. And you don't see him very much because he doesn't use them, because obviously he doesn't really kill people. But Kane he was interrogating this guy, and he stabbed the spider stingers right through his fucking hand. It was great. It was gory, bloody, amazing. I loved it. Yeah, but this series hasn't been getting too good of reviews. I like it. But again, I'm a big Scarlet Spider fan. Yeah, so whatever. And then we got Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. I wasn't sure about this series when I first started, because I was really kind of bitter and hurt that they killed off Peter Parker just for race reasons, because they did say in an interview that they were getting hammered with people saying, oh, there's not enough black or Hispanic people as superheroes. So they killed off one of the bigger ones and turned him into, or not turned him, but exchanged him for a black slash Hispanic person. And I wasn't really into it at first because they did that, but the more I read it, the more I really started loving the series. I like it a lot. It's super great the way they're starting it over again. I mean, this is the second time they started Spider-Man over, or a new Spider-Man series, in the past 10 years. But it's really good. He's finally getting into a big battle with someone in this issue, and obviously that's his uncle, and it really kind of gives you the sense that he's really not a full-blown superhero yet. He's really immature. He's looking for someone to guide him, but he knows that his his uncle is like a really supervillain who's a thief and things like that. So he doesn't know what to do because his supervillain uncle says that, I'm going to blackmail you if you don't join me. I'm going to tell your dad. Your dad hates super-powered humans, but I can show you some real bad guys. And obviously, everyone knows that his uncle isn't up to any good. But at the end of the issue, he does agree to work with his uncle for a little bit. So, it kind of throws me back to the original Spider-Man. Well, not the original Spider-Man, but you know what I mean, like the first couple Spider-Man comics where he's dealing with these everyday problems, but now it's the 21st century. He's dealing with a serious bullying type deal where people are pushing him down. He doesn't know what to do with himself, and it's really turned into a really emotional, really cool comic. Now, this is, obviously my favorite series, The Amazing Spider-Man, Ends of Earth. This is part 4? I think it's part 4 of The Ends of the Earth. But The Ends of the Earth, I'm actually really digging this because this is probably the last series that Doc Ock is going to be in. He's an old man. He's on the verge of dying. And basically what's happening is he says he found a cure for global warming. And everyone joins him. Everyone says, okay, he says, I'm trying to fix my past mistakes. I want to die as a hero. But obviously, Peter, Spider-Man, says, no, I know him. He's pure evil. He doesn't want to help anybody. And, that he continues fighting it. He ends up getting in a big battle with the Sinister Six, which is really cool to see the Sinister Six come back again. It was the Sinister Six versus the Avengers. Sinister Six beat the Avengers, and now all that's left is Spider-Man, Black Widow, and Silver Sable. And they've been attacking the bases. They've been fighting the Sinister Six alone. And what's really cool about this series is that Peter developed a special armor, a special spider armor, just for fighting the Sinister Six. And he doesn't, like in this, the front it shows him wearing his normal outfit, but he wears this really cool spider armor, and I'm really excited to see if he continues to wear that in certain occasions and things like that. But at the end of this comic, Doc Ock does agree. He shows that he really does want to destroy the Earth, bring everyone down with him, and actually ends up setting quite a lot of the Earth on fire. I'm not sure if he set the whole world on fire, because that'd be kind of extreme. But he set a lot of stuff on fire. He uses machines to burn. I think he burned a hole in the ozone layer. Opened a hole in the ozone layer up, let all the UV rays in. So I mean, it's getting really intense, really cool. At the end of this issue, he shows a giant fire and everything's burning. Says it's really the end of the world. But there's still 2 parts to the series. So I'm really excited to see the week after next week, what happens. This isn't a new comic that came out this week. It came out last week. Spider-Man's supposed to be 3 times monthly, but for some reason the schedule is all retarded and screwed up. Now, how many do I have left? Yeah, 2 more left. This is Uncanny X-Force number 25. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this. This is my second X-Force comic that I've read, and this was really cool. Deadpool went into this machinery place where they're engineering assassins. They can teach whatever they want, kill whoever they want, and basically what it is Omega Reds, like clones. Deadpool gets himself in some trouble at the end of the issue. Now what happens in here, it's more story based with Psylocke leaving the X-Force, but basically Wolverine and Nightcrawler go after and help Deadpool, end up getting themselves in a lot of trouble, end up in a really strange position at the end of the issue. But it's a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of cool stuff happening. What's really, really neat about this is there's 2 stories after the comic. One story with Wolverine that it says rarely seen stories. One with Wolverine in Japan, and the other with Deadpool. The one with Wolverine's really cool. Shows a lot of gore, things like that. It's a really adult comic. It's like a 10-page comic, maybe not even that. And then the one with Deadpool, so out of the world. It's crazy, it's fun, it's retarded. I love it. And so that was really cool that they did that. But yeah, I like that a lot. And then the last comic I picked up, I thought this was pretty neat. It's The Amazing Spider-Man Parallel Lives #1. Basically, this is going through Spider-Man's relationship with Mary Jane, showing how that develops. I haven't actually read this yet. I haven't dived into this yet. But I've read online that they get into a big fight with Doc Ock. This was actually released a couple years ago, I think, as like a big book. But now they're putting out the comic series, I guess. I'm not sure what's happening with that, but it's really thick. It was actually $1 more, whatever. So that's what I got this week, guys. Monday, I should have something really cool coming in the mail that I'm going to show you guys. And I'm going to continue doing these type of videos. If you don't like them, tell me. I like feedback because I'm doing this whole new thing here. So I will see you guys next time. See you guys later.